right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2025 Phi Lambda Sigma Awards Ceremony. My name is Gloria Chang and I am the 2024 to 2025 Chair of the PLS Awards Committee. I'm very excited to begin our program and to recognize our award recipients, including the winners of the Charles Thomas Leadership Challenge, Chapters of the Year, Alumni of the Year, and the Mary L. Euler Lifetime Leadership Award, amongst others. Thank you for being with us to recognize our special guests and congratulate our award recipients. I want to give a special thank you to our founder, Mr. Charles Thomas, for joining us on the call today. PLS was founded in 1965 through the creative imagination of Alabama pharmacist Charlie Thomas, who was then a student at Auburn University School of Pharmacy. Believing that leaders needed recognition for their contributions to our profession, the Alpha chapter of Auburn University was chartered in 1965 and thus began the tradition that is PLS today. We are really honored to have you here today. Mr. Thomas, I invite you to turn on your camera and say a few words to get us started.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. And okay. Don't know about it's saying can't find the camera. Anyway, at least you can hear me. I am here, and I'm so glad to be here. I'm still looking for that camera, but I can't find it for some reason. Anyway, I am honored to be here. The main thing that has happened is that it has grown and that there are so many chapters, and going international is coming up, and it's just fantastic. A couple of words about when it was started. In 1965, I was a senior at Auburn, and I was president of the pharmacy school student body. And as such, I was tapped for ODK, and which is a leadership society in itself. And that gave me the idea. I started thinking, why didn't we have a leadership society in pharmacy where there were so many leaders that were so outstanding? And that is exactly what gave me the idea. From that, as president of the pharmacy school student body, I worked with Dean Sam Coker at the dean there and other counselors there at the School of Pharmacy, and all of the organizations there as well, to choose the first chapter of Phi Lambda Sigma, which was formed around 1965, the last part of 64, the first part of 65, as a chapter there on the Auburn University Pharmacy School campus. And what happened after that is that we started working on branching out. Second chapter, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was at Sanford University. And all of the students there at Auburn were very excited about it, as was I. That was about the time everything was forming like that, was the spring of 1965. And I was scheduled to graduate in June. And so the people that were still there working on it kept it going, and it eventually it moved, as we all know, to international. Some of the more current members have worked real hard and working to get it international and expanding it all over the world. It's a great recognition for each individual to be chosen as an outstanding leader, and it um, is indicative of their hard work. I congratulate each and every single one of them. I am honored myself to have been part of working all this out, and each and every one of you as inductees and members uh, are to be congratulated for all you have done already for pharmacy. I go online and I see a lot of different things that are going on in the other organizations, and Phi Lambda Sigma is is membership is indicative of the hard work and leadership that you have brought to the profession of pharmacy. It's really difficult to gauge the effect that you may have by what you do for pharmacy, and particularly as a leader, because just look at what happened to Phi Lambda Sigma. Uh, Nobody really realized that it was going to take off like it did. I thought it would, but then I, I came up with the idea, right? So anyway, all the folks that were there and all the folks that have come afterwards are the ones to be congratulated for all the hard work and all of the interest and particularly the leadership you have fostered in the profession of pharmacy. Your leadership won't finish when you graduate. Your leadership will continue throughout time, and you will be a leader in pharmacy for a long, long time. I just can't tell you how appreciative I am of all the hard work of all of the ones that have been chosen, have done, and all the things that they've accomplished, and all of the things that will be accomplished for pharmacy in the future. Uh, that is basically how it got formed, how the idea came up, and it was the idea was embraced by Dean Coker and the other faculty and moved on to the other schools from there. I can't tell you how much I'm appreciative of all the hard work that's gone in from all of you. And pharmacy is better off for your leadership, and pharmacy is looking forward to the leadership that you're going to provide, not only now even, but particularly after you graduate and all the things that are to come for pharmacy. It's only getting better. Thank you, Gloria, for this opportunity to say something. Sorry, I can't get my camera working here.
That's okay. Thank you so much for those opening remarks. We really appreciate you being on this call to kick off our annual award ceremony. So thank you again.
My pleasure.
All right, let's begin by recognizing those who lead our local chapters. Our chapter advisors are integral in the preservation of our most worthy traditions and inspire the ongoing innovation within our society at large. They provide leadership to our chapters and provide continuity with the central office. Advisors, thank you so much on the behalf of the Board of Directors, central office staff, and your individual chapters for all that you do. Would all chapter advisors please comment your chapter name and affiliated college or school in the chat to be recognized? Thank you. Also special and worthy of recognition are those student members who accept responsibility for leadership at their chapters. We know that Our chapter officers are often inducted based on wonderful things that they're already doing in other organizations and groups. So to then volunteer and lead our society in addition is no small pledge and speaks to their commitment to the profession. So if we have chapter officers here, please comment your chapter name and your affiliated college or school in the chat to be recognized. And of course, we know that without the support of our deans and other administrators, we would not have the opportunity to recognize our student leaders through Phi Lambda Sigma. If you are a dean or another school administrator, please comment your name and school in the chat to be recognized. Thank you all. I can see all the comments and reactions, and that's very exciting. Finally, the successes within our most worthy society are built upon the efforts and successes of those who have worked so hard to lay the solid foundation on which we build today. Would all past members of the PLS Board of Directors please also comment with your previous roles and chapters or with which you are or were affiliated? Thank you all so much for your investment in us. In following along with our program this afternoon, the 2024-2025 regional liaisons are vital to the board of directors as key communicators throughout the organization. RLs who are on this call, thank you for your earnest work and support of the society. Please say hello in the chat, or better yet, if you're willing, turn on your cameras and wave. In addition, for our current collegiate members, if you are interested in serving as a regional liaison for the upcoming year, please keep an eye out for those applications. I would like to take this last opportunity to recognize the 2024-2025 Board of Directors. President Dr. Caroline Coe, immediate past President Dr. Caroline Sasser, Speaker of the House, soon to be Dr. Madeline Frelick from the Beta Chi chapter, and our members at large, soon to be Doctors Chrissy Kim from the Beta Nu chapter and Janie Cole from the Beta Chi chapter. You are all hardworking, thoughtful teammates that I'm really honored to call friends and colleagues. I look forward to our continuing work together and to honoring the work that you have put into the society. At this time, I would also like to recognize our incoming elected officials. Very exciting. President-elect Dr. Erin Ballantine, Speaker of the House Cami Fleming from the Alpha Omicron chapter, and members at large Ashley Green from the Delta chapter and Quanshal Vinson from the Alpha Zeta chapter. We are all looking forward to working with you this upcoming year. Working alongside our elected officers are our fantastic appointed members of the Board of Directors. Treasurer Dr. Jacqueline Cole, Parliamentarian Dr. Jamie Wagner. Thank you for taking on these integral roles to support the society. Next, I am very thankful to honor our dedicated staff. Executive Director, Mary Euler, Digital Marketing Manager, Dr. Haley McKeefer, student interns, Rebecca Axon and Kendall Kerr, both from the Zeta chapter, Executive Assistant, Catherine Riddle, and last but certainly not least, our Executive Director, Dr. Brandon Jennings. Without you all, our operations would grind to a halt. So thank you for all that you do for Phi Lambda Sigma. We also have several committee chairs that work tirelessly to advance our mission and vision. Our committees are the lifeblood of our strategic plan. I'd like to recognize Awards Committee Vice Chairperson, Dr. Stephanie Martin. She's been a great help to me this year. Bylaws Committee Chairperson, Dr. Jamie Wagner. Chapter Development Committee Chairperson, Dr. Ariel Clark. Chapter Development Committee Vice Chairperson, Dr. Sheridan Bryan. Finance Committee Chairperson, Dr. Jacqueline Cole. International Affairs Committee Chairperson, Dr. Emmy Radatek. International Affairs Committee Vice Chairperson, Dr. Jeanette Lahoud. Member Engagement Committee Chairperson, Dr. Erin Ballantine. Member Engagement Committee Vice Chairperson, Dr. Jocelyn Freemuth. Nominating Committee Co-Chairperson, soon to be Doctors Janie Cole and Chrissy Kim. Programming Committee Chairperson, Dr. Erica McCoy. Programming Vice Chairperson, Dr. Leigh Joyner. DEI Task Force Chair, Dr. Tessa Schnell. DEI Task Force Vice Chairperson, Dr. Zach Kraus. Communications Committee Chairperson, soon to be Dr. Olga Aurora Rodriguez. And Communications Vice Chair, soon to be Dr. Alejandra Rincon Ponte. All of these individuals and their teams have spent countless hours working on your behalf, so thank you for your service. You are valued. For those of you who may be interested in serving on a committee for the next academic year, please be sure to visit our website and social media pages and be on the lookout for that application this summer. Next, we will move into the awards recognition portion for this afternoon. The Phi Lambda Sigma Awards program includes opportunities for us to recognize those who are leaders among leaders. We are pleased to have received so many outstanding nominations this year for our awards, and the decisions that were made were not easy. I cannot thank the members of the awards committee enough who worked tirelessly to review all of the materials required to identify our winners today. The members include Elizabeth Carter, John Cho, Ava Vande Corporate, Bradley Graves, Ashley Green, Sherry Kwan, Faith Lanuzo, Mai Lee, Lindsay Mon, Lauren Malone, Ryan Murphy, Lila Parrish, Mina Ramanathan, Emily Relic, Caitlin Rodriguez, Jessica Thompson, Hoyan Trong, Gabriel Vivas, and of course, Vice Chairperson Stephanie Martin. This year, we saw an increase in applications across multiple awards. Reviewing these award nominations and chapter submissions was no small task, so thank you to my committee members for your time and commitment to this important process. The first award today is the Charles C. Thomas Scholarship. The Charles C. Thomas Scholarship is administered annually by the American Pharmacists Association Foundation. Recipients are recognized at the APHA Foundation's Contributors Breakfast and on the Foundation website. Representing the leadership vision shown by our founder, Charlie Thomas, this scholarship was originally identified as the PLS Founders Award and was established in 2003 to honor a Phi Lambda Sigma student member who had provided noteworthy contributions to the profession. A list of past recipients, along with a lot of the names that I just recognized, can be found in the awards program that's linked in the chat. In 2011, the PLS Executive Committee approved a change to this award by using funds to endow a scholarship with the APHA Foundation Student Scholarship Program. The recipient of the 2025 Charles C. Thomas Scholarship is Kendall Kerr of the Zeta chapter at the University of South Carolina College of Pharmacy. Kendall has participated in many organizations, serving as a junior board member of the South Carolina Pharmacy Association, a tutor for the Rokai Honor Society, chapter president for her APHA ASP chapter, a teaching assistant for 3 courses, and a contributing student in a breast cancer drug discovery research lab. She is also our very own PLS membership and inventory management intern. More information can be found on the APHA Foundation website. Congratulations, Kendall. I see you on the call today, so congratulations.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Awesome. Our next award, the Charles Thomas Leadership Challenge Award, represents an opportunity for our chapters to exhibit their collective talents by creating programs that encourage leadership development amongst pharmacy students. Before we present this year's winners, I'd like to invite the 2024 recipient, the Beta Alpha chapter at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, to present on their award-winning proposal. I will now turn things over to Emily Phillips, current president of the Beta Alpha chapter. So Emily, take it away, and I can advance your slides for you as you go through your presentation.
Thank you so much. As mentioned, my name is Emily Phillips. I'm a current third-year student pharmacist at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I'm the current president of the PLS Beta Alpha chapter at our school. So we were fortunate enough to receive the Leadership Challenge Award last year for an inclusive leadership program that to be implemented at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Some details of this program include collaboration with 2 other student organizations, which are the Student National Pharmacists Association and PRIDE, which is promoting recognition of identity, dignity, and equity in pharmacy at the School of Pharmacy. This program is intended to be completed over the academic year, with participants attending 3 different events per semester and writing 1 reflection on their learning and their growth from those events each semester. the progress has been tracked on a Canvas page that has been run by myself and the other presidents of the organization. Some of the goals of this program initially were to create some more opportunities to learn from people with different perspectives and experiences than yourself, to foster some open dialogue and discussion around diversity, equity, and inclusion topics, as well as supplement the initiatives that were already present in our PharmD curriculum. The idea is that we wanted to go above and beyond what we already know and invite people to come and speak that provide new perspectives that aren't necessarily being taught to us within our required curriculum. So some of the events that we hosted included some lunch and learn events, which were monthly, a diversity dialogues workshop that we hosted in December. We did a Ramadan and RX event, as well as a Lunar New Year event, and then also had an event that allowed people to share different food from their cultures. So those are just some examples of events participants could partake in as part of this program. You could advance the slide, please. Thank you. As mentioned on the previous slide, one of our big events for this program was an event called Diversity Dialogues. This was a workshop based off of a workshop we did last year originally, which was the kind of the inspiration behind us doing the Leadership Challenge and expanding this event. This year, 40 students, faculty, and staff attended this one event. We had 66% new attendees. So that was super exciting. There was a lot of people who had heard about the event the year prior and were very excited that it was coming back, so they could attend. We had a keynote speaker, which was our Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs at UW-Madison, who spoke about their journey navigating the healthcare system. And then from there, breakout sessions on topics such as considerations in caring for Muslim patients, weight bias in healthcare, and caring for people with disabilities were some topics that participants were able to explore through open discussion with some experts within the field. And participants attended 2 out of 3 of these breakout sessions. So in order to make sure everyone got the most out of this experience, we did do a debrief and discussion of the main points and takeaways from each section. So you still got to learn a little bit about the third section that you weren't able to attend at the very end. So yeah, that was the structure of the event. And then I do have some outcomes here from this one event. And we assessed some learning objectives within this program. The learning objectives included identifying the role of pharmacy professionals can as advocates, recognizing the intersection of different identities, being aware of health disparities that can influence the care received by underrepresented individuals, and then being confident in your ability to advocate for yourself, your peers, and current and future patients. So when we assessed these learning objectives, we did find that between the beginning and the end of this event, participants, their current knowledge and skills were reinforced, their knowledge was enhanced, and it did provide them new information that they expect to use going forward in practice. The feedback we received again this year was very positive. Many people indicated that they want this event to be expanded in years in the future, and that more people could benefit from the programming. I also did just go and present on this at the Pharmacy Society of Wisconsin Educational Conference this past week, and we do have a lot of interest from pharmacists as well to expand this to practicing pharmacists as well as students and faculty at UW. And then some next steps that we have, besides just expanding the program, are to strengthen some relationships between our PLS chapter and then the 2 other student organizations at the School of Pharmacy that we're collaborating with, creating a specific committee within the bylaws to shift the program administration from the president to designated committee chairs, just because it was a pretty big workload, and we want to make sure that for the longevity of the program, we kind of find somewhere to house it. Refine the structure and clearly outline expectations for participants so everyone knows what is expected of them going forward, as well as increase participation and collaboration between students, faculty, and all the student representatives. I think that's pretty much all I have, and I'd welcome any questions.
Thank you so much, Emily, for that outstanding presentation. That was really, really neat to hear about your chapter's work in implementing the leadership challenge from last year. I kind of moved your contact information here at the bottom of the slide. I hope that's okay. We're really excited to celebrate your chapter success, and we encourage that all of the chapters on this call use this fantastic idea as a model for an initiative within your own local chapter or community. Emily has graciously offered on behalf of Beta Alpha to answer any questions from other leaders who are hoping to emulate this idea. Thank you again, Emily.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to present.
Building on last year's challenge to encourage chapters to expand their reach to local, regional, and global professional leaders within the pharmacy profession and outside, our leadership challenge this year, drafted by our incoming president, Hoyan Trung, encouraged chapters to adopt a global mindset when thinking about leadership development and transformational change. Our chapters were asked to design a longitudinal, sustainable initiative to adopt this global mindset and identify a non-US based global professional leader partner to collaborate on for a leadership development initiative. This year, we received 13 total submissions, all with thoughtful and ambitious ideas. After careful consideration of all of the submissions, the awards committee chose to recognize 2 chapters, both with a very complete and well-developed proposal, including a comprehensive engagement strategy to sustainably develop the chapter's efforts. I am pleased to announce that the 2025 Leadership Challenge Award goes to, I wish I had like a drum roll sound effect, but I don't, just a slide advancement. This award goes to the Gamma Kappa chapter at the Northeastern School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences and the Alpha Lambda chapter at North Dakota State University. Congratulations. The Gamma Capture chapter put forth an innovative proposal with their Pharmacy Global Health Leadership Plan, with plans to collaborate with Rhodes University in South Africa to address global pharmacy leadership gaps. Their proposal included 3 major objectives to develop a relationship with the organization, develop a mentorship program pairing PLS students at their institution with pharmacy students in South Africa, and host a virtual webinar focused on solutions to combat healthcare challenges in neonates. Congratulations to the Gamma Capture chapter. The Alpha Lambda chapter's proposal centered around creating a partnership between the North Dakota State University and the University of Ibadan in Nigeria, with a primary objective of hosting blood pressure screening clinics overseas. This initiative aims to develop leadership skills across both universities that can be used to advance the practice of pharmacy. The chapter hopes that this initiative will help support the university in establishing its own Phi Lambda Sigma chapter to create an ongoing platform for students to recognize and develop leaders within their own community. Well done, Alpha Lambda chapter. I would like to take a moment to extend a special thank you to all of the chapters who submitted proposals. As the awards chair, I read every single one, and I was very impressed with the innovative ideas that you all had. I really encourage all the chapters to implement their ideas and even consider applying for a chapter development award next year if funds are needed to support your event. As a reminder, all chapters that implement their own leadership challenge initiatives or initiatives developed by other chapters should include this information in their annual report in order to receive recognition. Thank you again to all the chapters who participated in the leadership challenge this year. Next, we have the Albert B. Prescott Award, which honors a pharmacist leader within their first 10 years of practice for demonstrating exemplary leadership qualities indicative of someone likely to emerge as a major leader in pharmacy over the course of their career. Administered by the Pharmacy Leadership and Education Institute, Phi Lambda Sigma has supported this award. This year's recipient is Dr. Lydia Bailey, Pharmacy Operations Manager at St. Vincent de Paul Charitable Pharmacy in Cincinnati, Ohio. Dr. Bailey has been recognized for her innovative outcomes-based community care model that has expanded services to new communities, improved medication adherence, and provided holistic care programs to patients. Under her leadership, her team has prevented more than $4 million in healthcare costs annually by reducing hospitalizations and emergency visits by more than 50%. Dr. Bailey also has dedicated her time to teaching and precepting. She's precepted over 700 pharmacy students from 8 colleges over the past 8 years. You can find a press release with this information at plei.org/Prescott. Congratulations again to Dr. Bailey on this well-deserved award and recognition. Next, the chapter member of the year. This award program was designed to allow each chapter the opportunity to formally recognize one member from their chapter who exemplifies leadership and is deserving of recognition. We are pleased that many chapters took this opportunity to recognize outstanding members. I don't have the names on the slide today, but a list of those receiving this honor as of March 31st can be found in the awards booklet in the link in the chat. If we have any current chapter members of the year present on the call today, would you please comment your name and chapter in the chat? We'd like to recognize you. Congratulations to you all. Similarly, many chapters also chose to recognize outstanding alumni members who have exemplified leadership qualities in support of the profession. Chapter alumni who are recognized before March 31st of this year can also be found in our awards booklet. If any of these outstanding alumni are here today, and there are several who are recognized from their chapters, please turn on your cameras and wave or comment in the chat. Congratulations to our honored PLS alumni, and thank you for your continued support of the Society. Next, I would like to present our Outstanding Chapter Advisor Award, which is designed to honor the work of our faculty and alumni advisors who tirelessly work in support of their chapters. This is very exciting because we have not had a winner in the last couple of years. So very excited that we were able to get some traction finally with this award and get some nominations going. This award provides $500 in support of the chapter in recognition of the advisor. Before I invite this year's recipient to provide some remarks, I would like to read a couple of comments from their nominators. Our advisor, quote, supported my idea to host the first open resume CV workshop, both in a digital format during COVID and in-person format. She is the only reason we've been successful with keeping our leadership education and ability development sessions leads program alive for student pharmacists to grow as leaders. Another wrote, she is a guiding light for us, both professionally as student pharmacists and alumni, but also personally as human beings. Her mentorship is lifelong, and she truly is the basis for why we consider ourselves transformational leaders. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of our Outstanding Chapter Advisor Award. And this award goes to Dr. Meena Ramanathan, Chapter Advisor for the Epsilon Beta Chapter at the University of North Texas System College of Pharmacy. I'd like to invite Dr. Ramanathan to present her remarks.
Thank you, Gloria, for the wonderful recognition. You guys are going to make me cry. I would like to thank Phi Lambda Sigma National for this recognition. I was inducted into PLS in May 2007 at the University of Texas at Austin. So it's been 18 years. It's kind of wonderful to think about how long I've been a part of the organization. I have been the Phi Lambda Sigma advisor for the Epsilon Beta chapter at the University of North Texas since 2016 and have thoroughly enjoyed seeing all the positive changes within the organization, especially at the national level. I've been part of various committees over the years, and last year I had the joy of working with Jamie Wagner on the bylaws committee, and this year I was able to serve on the awards committee with you, Gloria, and also with Stephanie Martin and many others. And I would like to thank you guys for your service and inspiring me to do more within the organization. There are lots of people I need to thank, so please bear with me. First of all, I would like to thank God for watching over me all of these years. And I would also like to thank my parents for guiding me in the direction of pharmacy. I would also like to thank my husband for supporting my dreams of pursuing pharmacy residencies after we got married and after I had graduated from pharmacy school. I would like to thank my younger sister Lakshmi for always being my North Star. I would like to thank my in-laws and my parents for watching the kids for me while I worked on building my career as an academic infectious diseases pharmacist. I would like to thank my kids for making life exciting and keeping me on my toes, and not just my own kids, but even my kids at school. Um, in the pharmacy realm, I would like to thank my professors at the University of Texas at Austin that told me that I needed to pay it forward. And those professors were Doctors Richard Wilcox and Diane Ginsburg. I would like to thank my RPDs, Jacinto Villarreal and Susan Duquesne, for taking a chance on me. I would like to thank my academia mentors, Tina Makiu, Jane Krause, and Michael Jan, for their continued support. Last but not least, I would like to thank my infectious diseases partner in crime at the university, Dr. Crystal Hodge. It has been a true blessing to serve as the advisor of Phi Lambda Sigma all of these years and get to share this journey with my wonderful students. My job as an advisor has been so easy because of the dedication of my students to advancing the profession. I do want to leave you with some thoughts in terms of, having been in the field for so long, um, you know, in a time where many of us feel like we are running on a hamster wheel, trying to get to the next level quicker and faster, I want to inspire you to think more about slow living and self-love and self-care. Oftentimes, as leaders, we think about others and projects and initiatives outside of our own and forget about our own needs. But in order to continue to propel our wings, I ask that you take a minimum of 15 minutes on a daily basis to do something that you love to do and to take care of yourself. It could be taking a power nap in the middle of the day. It could be reading a book that you love, crocheting, or going on a nature walk. Something that renews, energizes you, and encourages you to enjoy life more and prevent burnout. Self-love is very important. A coworker recently recommended a book to me entitled Sacred Rest, Recover Your Life, Renew Your Energy, Restore Your Sanity. It's written by an internal medicine physician, Sandra Dalton Smith, which she encourages the same. It's a hilarious book. I do want to let you know that there are some Christian themes in here, but I feels like it can help anyone who may feel that they are burnt out and are low on energy and need a little bit of inspiration. It's a wonderful book. And just as a reminder, all of you are enough. You are loved. I encourage you to always be kind and have the courage to continue to do what is right and do your own good work. I feel so lucky to be part of such a wonderful organization and profession, and thank you again for this honor.
Thank you so much, Mina, for those wise words. Appreciate the comments. Congratulations again. Our next award is our Society's Alumni of the Year Award, which I am also very excited to present. This award recognizes one alumnus or alumna member annually that has demonstrated accomplishments in professional practice, education, professional association work, community service, and mentoring. Really thank you to all the chapters who nominated your most deserving alumni. This year's recipient of the Alumni of the Year Award was nominated by Noah Burkett, supported by the rest of the Beta Chi chapter at the Medical University of South Carolina. I'd like to congratulate this year's winner, Dr. Anthony DeClue. Let me read a couple of quotes from his nomination and tell you a little bit more about him. Dr. DeClue currently serves as an associate professor in the Department of Clinical Pharmacy and Outcome Science at the Medical University of South Carolina. In addition to teaching in clinical practice for the past decade, Dr. DeClue has served in various capacities on the National Board of Directors for Phi Lambda Sigma, the Pharmacy Leadership Society, and currently serves as a National Leader Academy facilitator. In reviewing his most important leadership attributes, nominators noted Dr. DeClue's deep and far-reaching impact on the profession of pharmacy, especially in education and research. Here are some quotes. Quote, "It is easy to note his natural tendency to lifting others up and giving to others, especially when it comes to students, an opportunity to contribute and shine within their work. I can appreciate that he was always willing to hear new ideas. Dr. DeClue has a talent for connecting with others and provides a vision that is future-oriented." Here's a second quote. Perhaps one of Anthony's most significant contributions is his dedication to mentorship. Nominators noted that he is a true leader whose influence spans multiple areas of pharmacy. For this reason, we are very pleased to present the 17th Annual Alumni of the Year Award to Dr. Anthony DeClue. I invite Dr. DeClue now to please share some thoughts with us, with those of us in attendance.
I wish you had saved the quotes for after I spoke. I'm a notorious empath, and I got to keep it contained. But thank you so much, Gloria. Thank you, Beta Chi, for nominating me. Thank you so much, all of you. I am honored and humbled to be here amongst you. They've given me 5 minutes to talk about myself, and any of you who know me know I can't talk about myself in just 5 minutes. So I'll pivot and talk about us instead. So, as was noted in my introduction, I joined the PLS national team 10 years ago when we were celebrating our 50th anniversary. I came on the national stage as a collegiate in the capacity of Speaker of the House. I was encouraged to run by my current colleague and former advisor of Beta Chi, Dr. Kathy Worrell, who continues to be a mentor and friend today. And I'm so grateful for her being the wind at my back and encouraging me to do that. I have served in so many different capacities: Speaker of the House, parliamentarian, chair of various committees, and of course the 3 years in the presidential stint. And I've had the privilege to work alongside and to learn from so many presidents over the years. Our former executive director, Mary Euler, our current executive director, was already casting a long shadow that I would stand beside Brandon Jennings as immediate past president then. President Cammie Dell, her successors, my predecessors, Kem Kruger, Mary Bridgman, Jacqueline Cole, Brian Esters, Jordan Ballou, Michael Mueller, and my successors that I've continued to work with: Caroline Sasser, Caroline Coe, your new president, Hoi An, and Aaron Ballantyne, former Leader Academy participant of mine. Such wonderful leadership. And when I joined the team, y'all, we were small but mighty. There were 10 people at that annual retreat. It had just expanded from 9. It was our first year with 2 members at large, and they ran everything, all the committees that were operational for this society, induction of every chapter, everything that happened. Small and mighty, and had an anticipatory vision for what we could do and what we could be. And so I was proud to work alongside everyone. And I've seen so much change over the last decade multiple strategic plan updates, bylaws changes, refinement of operations. We have our own standalone House of Delegates now. There's been a shift in just from recognizing leadership, which we will continue to do and always do, and honor and respect it where it's happening, but also to shift into that leadership development space where we call one another up and our profession up, and we train and reflect on how to be better and more effective and maximize our impact on the profession and on one another. And in that spirit, we've implemented so much new programming. We had an in-person student leadership summit that went so well. That's, in a post-COVID world, morphed into a virtual leadership summit that happens annually, and that affects collegiates and practicing professionals alike. We have a Leader Academy that I'm a proud facilitator, and that impacts me every year that I get to participate in that. And that's become such a strong pipeline for leadership within the society. I saw so many of my former student cohort members like running for office today or giving reports for various committees, and my heart is so full to see what you all are accomplishing and continue to accomplish on behalf of the society and yourselves in this profession. Back then we had 112 chapters when I joined. We're at 138 now, and we're international. What's up, UBC in Vancouver with your tall trees? Like, look at us now, we're getting global. We've expanded our region map, offered additional opportunities to service, created so many more committees. We heard reports today from chapter development, international affairs, member engagement, programming, various task forces. These things didn't exist then, and they're making an impact now and doing so much. I'm so blessed to see it. We have, at last personal count, I had well over 80-something people running this society now from the 10 that was a decade ago. And it only continues to grow in size and impact. We've empowered our executive director with a team of staff that helps build accountability and sustainable from yearly changeover with volunteers. That started with one student intern, Lee Joyner, alumna of Zeta. She was so phenomenal. She proved that a valuable investment, and we've had so many interns since then, too many to name, but gosh, our current ones are amazing. Rebecca Axon, Halen McKeefer, oh my gosh, Kendall Kerr, y'all are loved, you're appreciated, you are seen for what you are actively contributing today and for the future leadership that you promise this society. Thank you so much. And as I reflect on all this, and the lessons that I've learned from it, the first thing that comes to mind is that no single individual deserves credit for any of this. Certainly not me, not even Charlie Thomas, who you've got to hear from today, who, by the way, y'all started this thing 60 years ago. He's not just here today, he is still an active and participatory member, showing up and communicating his ideas and visions on calls. He literally continues to raise the bar that he sets for all of us with his legacy. And may we all rise and respond worthily to his continued leadership in that regard. And another lesson that I take with this is that none of this could have happened in a single year's time. It took everyone with an active role picking up the torch where they found it, advancing things as much as possible, often with a promising vision and hope for what could be and what would be made manifest, but not during our time in particular roles. You do what you can when you can with what you've been given. And as a personal friend and mentor on this call kind of taught me, and that I take with me, is when the time comes, you can't be afraid to step off so that someone else can step. And you mentor those that come behind you, you trust the process, you trust in the relationships that you've built, and to advance the causes that you serve. And you remember to celebrate along the way. And Brandon, you are getting better at that every year. Finally, I guess I want to say that I recognize when you leave this call today, we've had a long day of business for the House of Delegates, and so much just happened there, this meeting, and I'm making it longer because I'm sure I'm over time already. You're going to leave and you're going to go home or out, and you're going to be with your people, your support folks, the ones you love, those who energize you, who give you your why, the why behind the hard work you do for the society, for our profession. And with that, I'd like to remind you of something and also make a promise. And what I'd like to remind you is, for what it's worth, you on this call, you people here and now, you are my people. You are the ones I love. You energize me. You are my why. And I remain available to you. All of you, anytime, anywhere. You have me in your corner. That's an honest invitation. Please stay in touch. If I can be an advocate of service to you, I'm there. With that, I'll just end by saying thank you, a million times thank you. I'm honored and humbled and blessed to have served alongside you. I'm so excited for the future of the society. And I hope I didn't go over my time, Gloria. Thank you so much. You'll have a blessed day. God bless.
Thank you so much, Anthony. I know you've been a personal inspiration for me, and so I just want to congratulate you on this tremendous achievement. Okay. I know that we are running maybe a couple minutes behind, but I will try to do my best to keep us on track and be respectful of everybody's time. I'm sure many of you on the call are waiting for this award, Chapter of the Year and Lead the Way. Next, we will be announcing the winners for Chapter of the Year and Lead the Way awards. These awards were created to recognize the accomplishments of our 130 and counting chapters. All chapters who submitted an annual report were automatically eligible for award consideration. We will be recognizing 3 chapters of the year based on chapter size, and additionally the Way Awards to recognize chapters with outstanding work in one of the 4 areas that align with the mission and vision of PLS: leadership recognition, leadership development, transformational change, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Chapters of the year had outstanding accomplishments in multiple areas, while Lead the Way Award winners topped the list in achievements in one focus area. Before I announce the winners for Chapter of the Year, I would like to recognize the finalists in each division and the Lead the Way categories. I will just say there were a lot of chapters. There were a lot of chapters that scored very highly in multiple categories. When I announce the winning chapters, if you are a chapter officer or member present from that chapter, please drop a comment in the chat to be recognized. Again, I wish this is when I had my drum roll sound effect. Chapter of the Year winner for Division 1, starting with Division 1, which represents the chapters that have a small number of highly dedicated members. The winner is Epsilon Xi from University of St. Joseph. Congratulations. Our Chapter of the Year winner for Division 2, which is our medium-sized chapters. The winner in this division, this goes to Beta Xi from the University of Nebraska Medical Center. Congratulations. And last but not least, Division 3, which represents chapters with the largest number of members. Congratulations to the Upsilon chapter from University of Houston College of Pharmacy. Next, I'd like to recognize the Lead the Way Awards. This was chosen to recognize chapters with a strong focus in one of our 4 areas of focus. These chapters did an outstanding job in showcasing their chapter activities through their chapter reports. Now we will recognize the top 2 scoring chapters in each of our Lead the Way categories. For leader recognition, we would like to recognize the Lambda chapter from Rutgers University and Beta Alpha from University of Wisconsin-Madison. Congratulations. For leader development, we would like to recognize the Zeta chapter from University of South Carolina and the Epsilon chapter from UNC Chapel Hill. Congratulations to you all. For Lead the Way in Transformational Change, we would like to recognize the Gamma Xi chapter at the University of the Incarnate Word Fike School of Pharmacy and Beta Alpha from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Congratulations for all of your great work. And last but not least, for the excellent work in the area of diversity, equity, and inclusion, we would like to recognize the Upsilon chapter at University of Houston College of Pharmacy, as well as Roe from University of the Pacific. Congratulations again to all of our winning chapters. Our final award tonight is Phi Lambda Sigma's most esteemed award, the Mary L. Euler Lifetime Leadership Award. This award, supported by Procter & Gamble, is given to an individual who has exemplified leadership qualities in support of the pharmacy profession. The award is named after our very own Mary L. Euler, who has dedicated multiple decades of her professional career to Phi Lambda Sigma, most notably as our executive director for 20 years before stepping down in 2020. Dr. Euler recently retired as the Associate Dean for Student Affairs at the West Virginia University School of Pharmacy. She began her tenure as Executive Director of PLS starting in the late 90s and served in the role until 2020 when she passed the baton to Dr. Brandon Jennings. She continues to serve as our Associate Executive Director, always ready and willing to provide advice and historical perspective to guide our leadership year after year. Now it is my pleasure to announce the winner of the 2025 Mary L. Euler Lifetime Leadership Award, who will join all of those previously recognized. This year's recipient was nominated by Gina Moore from Alpha Xi chapter at the University of Colorado. Congratulations to Dr. Joseph Sassine. Dr. Joseph Sassine is an Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs and Professor in the Department of Clinical Pharmacy and Family Medicine at the University of Colorado Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. He has been a long-standing supporter of PLS and has made outstanding contributions to the pharmacy profession in his work of mentoring, coaching, and supporting leaders. His nominator highlighted that Dr. Sassine has been a, quote, outstanding leader in the pharmacy profession. He has received numerous awards at the local, national, and international levels. Since 1998, he has received 18 total teaching awards. He has served as one of the authors in the 2018 Multi-Society Guidelines for the Management of Blood Cholesterol and has authored over 200 other publications. He is an expert in cardiovascular pharmacotherapy, lipid management, and hypertension, and he has directly influenced clinical guidelines and has really elevated the role of pharmacists in interdisciplinary healthcare teams. While serving as a residency program director at the University of Colorado for their PGY2 ambulatory care residency, Dr. Sassine has mentored countless other leaders who now lead in diverse healthcare settings. What stuck out to me was many of his letter writers credited their own professional successes to his guidance and support. One letter writer states, quote, "Joe Sassine has been pivotal in my growth and development as a leader in the pharmacy profession. There are many ways to contribute to the profession. However, I was at a loss of where I should focus my efforts. I'm very thankful for all of his advice." His contributions embody the essence of Mary L. Euler. He is described as influential, charismatic, committed, and a leader with unwavering commitment to mentoring future leaders. Congratulations, Dr. Sassine. I invite you to impart some of your infinite wisdom to our membership as you accept this recognition of your lifetime achievement.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna actually channel a little bit of Anthony and pivot slightly because I've always tried to follow the advice given to me by Dr. Dennis Helling. For those of you who know Dr. Helling, he was one of those people that created clinical pharmacy at Kaiser Permanente, which turned into this big behemoth of a powerhouse. He said there's 3 B's of giving a good speech. Be brief, so I promise I will. Be brilliant, I'll try my best, and then be gone, which I will do. But I want to start off just by giving my sincere thanks to Phi Lambda Sigma, Dr. Jennings for actually organizing and reading through all the documents that were given to you, Gloria for organizing this, and then Charlie and Dr. Euler for being on. I feel like at one point in my career, I interacted with Dr. Euler many times related to Phi Lambda Sigma efforts. My history with Phi Lambda Sigma, I was fortunate enough to be inducted at the University of Colorado in 1997 as a faculty member because my graduating university didn't have a chapter yet. They established later after I graduated. But that was really a very important pivot for me to become a leader within the school of pharmacy. And I was really so fortunate to be the advisor appointed in 1998, and I'm still the co-advisor. The messages that I want to send is really not only my thanks to those in the PLS end, but to thank my students for allowing me to engage in leadership opportunities. What is more joyful than being a faculty member? There's a lot of, up and downs, but being able to work with the leaders within our student body I think it's priceless because you get to work with motivated people that validate what you're doing and you really get a sense of giving. And really, I'm going to sort of start off with the theme of mentoring. It allows you as an individual to be a mentor. And I really just challenge everybody to invest in those mentoring relationships. They are so worthwhile. One highlight right now is just the people that supported my nomination for this glorious award were in the past my mentees, who then became my friends and now are my mentors. So invest in those mentoring relationships when they become lifelong. They are absolutely reciprocal. Eric McLaughlin, one of my mentees, now is a well-established professor at Texas Tech University. Sonny Linneberg, my former resident, is now a co-advisor with me, former president of the American Geriatric Society. Laura Borgelt, one of my mentees, turned into my co-worker and ended up being in the vice chancellor's office at the University of Colorado, is now a COO of a research organization. And Reg Mattel, now a program director and a leader within Kaiser Permanente. And finally, my letter of nominee from Gina Moore, a person who came on board at the University of Colorado, who I mentored into her job as director of clinical affairs, ended up being senior associate dean, and is who I report to in my role as associate dean for clinical affairs. So invest in those relationships. They really can be very reciprocal if you do them the right way. Another thing that has worked for me, I'm a Gen Xer. I'm a big fan of Sheryl Crow, and she has a song, Soak Up the Sun. And there's a quote in there that says, "It's not having what you want, it's wanting what you've got." And this works for me. I've never been the most planned with my career. I sort of approach it as do the right thing, try to do it well, and go with the opportunities as they arise and as they feel good. And I think for me, it's more about wanting what I've got and had the great opportunity to engage in. That may not work for everybody. Other people have more of a planned approach to their career, but it has worked for me. It's allowed me to pivot, to follow things. Some great advice that was given by my first mentor, who was my fellowship director. His name was Barry Carter. He said, really strive to do three things: be good at what you do, be on time, and be easy to work with. And this actually is channeled by a famous author, Neil Gaiman. He wrote, he's an award-winning author, and in 2012, he wrote a book that became on the New York Times bestselling list. And he commented on this also. And he said, basically, follow those three mantras, you can be a highly successful person. You probably can be successful at just two of those three, by the way, and have a really good, rewarding career. So that's what's worked for me. I encourage everybody to invest in those relationships. I really am inspired by just, having Charlie on this call, listening to the other award recipients share some of their philosophies too, related to work-life balance, related to also their work habits and approach to it. So I think that has really been the secret to success for other individuals, and I've actually been successful from it too. One last thing that I do want to share with you is who, with this wonderful award, which I'm very grateful for, it did allow me to donate $1,000 to an organization. And the organization that I chose to donate to is the Beverly Brunson Diversity Scholarship Fund at the University of Colorado. And I just want to highlight a little bit, this is something that I feel passionate about. We are living in difficult times, and at the University of Colorado, we have always valued diversity, although there's a lot of challenges in how to use that word and how to advertise it and how to live by those core values. Regardless of what we go through and how difficult it may be, whether it be generational change, whether it be organizational change, leadership change outside of our work lives and outside of our professional lives, I think sticking to your core values and demonstrating how you can contribute despite hard times is really more important now than it ever has been. So I am grateful to have a donation given to that scholarship fund in my name on behalf of Phi Lambda Sigma. So thank you so much for this prestigious award. I've always loved Phi Lambda Sigma. I love interacting with our student leaders. It's been a secret to my success and something that I will cherish for the rest of my career. Thank you again.
Congratulations, Dr. Sassine, and thank you again for being here with us and for sharing those wise words. Congratulations again to all of our award recipients. Thank you for hanging in with us for a couple of extra minutes. This concludes the awards ceremony. Thank you all for being here to share in the celebration and acknowledgement of the lasting work of the Society. Let today's ceremony inspire you to continue to apply for our numerous awards, and we look forward to recognizing you next year. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you for being here.